Group work has become a normal part of university life for students in all faculties. Group work, working in teams, collaboration, these terms all mean the same thing as they involve students working collaboratively on set tasks in or out of the classroom. Group work can include any learning and teaching tasks or activities that require students to work in groups, or any formal assessment tasks that require you to work in groups. Group work is also a skill that is valued by employers in both business and government positions because it showcases an individual's ability to work cooperatively with other individuals. It's important to note that most contemporary workplaces require workers to work in diverse, multidisciplinary teams. Doing group work as part of your studies is therefore one way that university prepares you for future employment. There are many benefits to participating in group work. Research has shown that students who work together in a group are able to produce a stronger result. In other words, students achieve more in a group setting. Recently, students have experienced a further challenge of having to work in virtual teams. Virtual teams are made up of students who are working remotely, usually from their homes, and using communication technologies such as video conferencing software like Zoom and emails. Common characteristics of virtual teams are that they are not face-to-face, team members work in different locations, and they're reliant on technology. If you are working from home, make sure you create a dedicated workspace. You should design a specific place in your home designated for work, like a table or a desk. Don't use your bedroom or a couch. You should also ensure that your workstation is set up in an ergonomic way. This includes holding your elbows above your desk at a 90-degree angle, with your shoulders relaxed and your wrists in line with your forearms. Your hips, knees, and ankles should be at 90 degrees with your feet flat on the ground or on a footrest. Your eyes should be looking at the top third of your computer screen, and your backrest should be at 90 degrees and supporting your lower back. Now let's look at the benefits of working in groups. Participating in group work can lead to personal growth, including increased self-esteem and self-confidence. Think how easier it is to speak up in class when you have your team members backing you up. Group work also fosters independence and increased responsibility for your own learning. It allows you to develop professional standards and ethics in your discipline. And as we mentioned earlier, group work prepares you for the future as you learn to review and reflect on your skills so that you can apply them to future work settings. One of the most important skills that you can develop while doing group work are the interpersonal skills listed here. Which of these skills are important to your studies? Do you have to know how to negotiate and find a way out of a negative or difficult situation? And are you a responsible student who can be relied on to complete a task? Is it your leadership skills that will be developed as you facilitate group meetings and ensure that there is fairness and equity in all of the group dynamics? Clearly, the benefits of group work are many. In addition, you will be able to develop a range of transferable skills that will allow you to establish positive peer and working relationships. You'll also learn to express your opinion and respect the opinion of others. Group work is great for developing your time management skills as you plan and comply with meeting schedules and deadlines. You'll work together with other team members to identify group goals and divide the work fairly and according to individual strengths. And of course, you'll develop stronger professional communication skills, such as participating in formal meetings that prepare you for professional situations. Other benefits include learning how to negotiate and resolve conflicts and to accommodate people with different cultural orientations and work habits. Your understanding will be refined through discussion and explanation as you give and receive feedback on performance. Many of your assumptions will be challenged as you tackle complex problems and develop strong leadership skills. So how do you guarantee a successful group work experience? Well, firstly, try not to be in a group with only your friends. You may feel awkward disagreeing with a friend as you don't want to jeopardize your friendship. Succeeding in group work also requires that you develop good organization skills, so establish ground rules for the group. You also need to identify clear goals and objectives. Once these have been identified, the group should schedule all meetings and communicate frequently by keeping everyone up to date online or face-to-face. In this way, the group is monitoring its progress and meeting all its deadlines. Once the project is completed, the whole group should reflect on what worked, what didn't work, and what was learned which can be applied for future group work. One way of evaluating the members' efforts is through the SWOT method, whereby each member identifies their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's essential at the beginning of the project all group members agree on a schedule and designate specific tasks to each member. This means that students need to have defined group roles. These roles are administrator, editor, proofreader, and publisher. The administrator is responsible for creating the group's online presence, such as a Facebook group or Google Docs and Canvas. The administrator is also responsible for scheduling meeting times and booking study rooms. The second role is that of editor. The editor's role is to improve the grammar, coherence, and consistency of the written text or oral presentations and to ensure that there is no repetition. The proofreader checks the final draft, including academic references for the written or oral text, and the publisher creates the layout of the text and formats files while ensuring that all the work is saved. If you're working in virtual teams, you'll need to use technology and tools for collaboration. Use well-known programs such as Google Drive, Skype and Zoom to collaborate on a project, revise a piece of writing, and hold video conferences. Apps also help with project and time management, work process visualization, and effective communications. Create chat rooms for serious discussion or casual talks. These chat rooms can compensate for the lack of face-to-face communication and are great for virtual team bonding. Some useful communication tools include Trello, Slack, Google Docs, Google Hangouts, and Microsoft Teams, which you have access to as a student of the university. An important aspect of working in groups is for team members to know what to avoid. Some bad examples include dominating the discussion or interrupting students when they're talking. It's also bad practice to ignore other students' ideas or criticize these ideas unfairly. Remember to always be respectful when giving feedback. Many students hate group work because the work may not be divided equally, and some students may not contribute, but rather rely on somebody else to do all the work. Every member of the group should take responsibility for their individual roles. It's important too that people don't waste discussion time. The group needs to communicate effectively and allow for turn taking and staying on topic. This can be monitored by having a chair or a facilitator. A key challenge of working in groups involves dealing with conflict. Group members need to work out how they're going to deal with disagreements. A good place to start is to identify the different ways that individuals deal with conflict. The following descriptions highlight 4 main styles for dealing with conflict. There's the person who prefers passive avoidance. If you're this kind of person, you avoid conflict at any cost, even to the point of jeopardizing your own goals and needs. Then there are people who are aggressive and confrontative. As a confrontationalist, you see attack as the preferred way of resolving a dispute. You're determined to get your own way and don't care if your opponents don't reach their goals. Hopefully there aren't many people who fall in this category. A more useful style is that of the conciliatory harmonizing person who talks to the people concerned to help make a problem easier to resolve. Similarly, the relationship maintenance person values relationships and is prepared to give and take so that a solution is agreed upon. We should note that we all have some aspects of these styles. Therefore, roles should be designated according to students' strengths to maximize the opportunities for successful group work. Finally, one of the most important tasks that your group should engage in is to negotiate and write up a team charter at the beginning of the project. A charter is the same as a code of conduct. It details the rules on how the group meetings will be conducted and sets out guidelines. Good luck with your group work and enjoy your semester at the University of Sydney.